Hello, my name is MooingCat and welcome to my complete 2021 Archaeology Event guide. In this video I will go over all you need to know about this event, including the mechanics of the event and how to get the main event building, the Ferris Wheel, fully leveled. I will go over a minimum effort approach as well as a full out approach where you can easily pick up 3 to 4 or perhaps even 5 additional upgrade kits for free. I will also go over all you need to know about the calendar, if you should go for it, and how to optimize for daily specials if you're going for it. The timestamps for all of these are in the description, so feel free to skip ahead to the part you are interested in. So without further ado, let's start by quickly looking at the Ferris Wheel. So the Ferris Wheel is 6x4 and it has 2 variations at level 10. The Great Wheel gives attack and the Wonder Wheel gives defense, both for your attacking army. So finally we have a building that gives attack. Now it's not too long since the St. Patrick's Day event, but still, we have been wanting some, so this event you get 2 great options for attack. Now both of these are equally good in my opinion. You do get a little bit more defense from the Wonder Wheel than you get attack from the Great Wheel. But to me these are equally valuable. Attacking attack is usually a little bit more valuable, so for me these are exactly have the same value, so it's really up to you which one you go for. If you need more attack, you go for the Great Wheel. If you need more defense, you go for the Wonder Wheel. Both are good. So moving on, let's talk about the mechanics of this event. Now most of the mechanics are already well known. It's the same minigame as in previous archaeology events and Halloween events. You have 3 different tools, and with these tools you need to dig your way through the board to find hidden rewards. There are 6 different rewards actually. You have the golden idol for the grand prize, you have the vases for daily specials, you have tablets for a chance to win some extra rewards and tools, then you have the tools themselves, you have the gem or gem shards which are new, and finally the occasional icon. As for the tools, the brush digs out 1 sand tile, the shovel digs out a column of sand tiles but has to be used on an empty tile, and likewise for the dynamite it has to be used on an empty tile and it blows up the 8 adjacent sand tiles. In addition to the sand tiles you also have walls which cannot be removed. So on to strategy. To efficiently play this minigame you have 2 main goals. First of all, you need to dig up the actual rewards, and secondly you also want to uncover as much information as possible. So with your tools you want to find the most efficient ways to fulfill both of these goals. Now in general you want to use shovels to dig out full columns that either have multiple rewards in them or columns that would give you a lot of information, or ideally both. You want to use dynamite to get rewards that are close to each other but spread across multiple columns, and again to get a lot of information about the surrounding tiles. And in addition to this, the dynamite can be good at helping you moving forwards in the minigame, when you're blocked by a wall for example. And finally, you want to use brushes to set up your use of the other tools, as well as to pick up any rewards the other tools haven't picked up. Now it is also important to balance your use of tools. You will have a bit over 2 times the number of brushes compared to either shovels or dynamite, so you want to keep the ratio between them roughly the same throughout. But of course, the ratios will always fluctuate. Personally, I tend to overuse my brushes, for example. Now, to get a better understanding of how to use tools efficiently, let me go over 2 quick examples. And I also have a separate video where you can see me playing through the entire event on the beta server, where you can see how I use my tools. So, in this first example, I could excavate these 5 tiles with a shovel if I wanted. I would get the idol and I would get information on these 5 tiles. However, a much better way to do this is to first dig out the idol with a brush and then use the shovel here. The only thing you gain by removing all of these tiles is information about these tiles. However, if you first use a brush and then a shovel, not only do you get information about these tiles, you also uncover them and you get information on the next column. So here you can see a nice example of how to prep with a brush and how to use a shovel more strategically to get more rewards and information. Now in this next example you see a nice way of using dynamite. Here you could use 2 brushes to get around this wall, and I'm not saying that would be wrong, but by using the dynamite instead you get more information which allows you to make more informed decisions on your next move. Also, at least for me personally, I have a tendency to overuse my brushes, so using the dynamite here saves me a couple of brushes in addition to the other benefits. Now, I could go on with a lot of other examples, but I think I'll leave it there for now. Again, if you want to watch more, I recorded me playing through the entire event on beta, so there you can see how I use my tools. Now, I'm not claiming I did it perfectly, I certainly didn't, but you can see how I approached the event there, and I ended up getting quite good results. So, with the mechanics out of the way, let's talk about how to get the main event building fully leveled. First, I'll look at the minimum effort approach, then I'll go over how to get as many Ferris Wheel upgrade kits as possible for free, and then finally how many diamonds you need for a second wheel. So for a full Ferris Wheel you need 10 levels, so let's look at the different ways to get them. You get the level 1 building and 2 upgrade kits from the quest milestones. If you have the event surprise box, that's 1 more selection kit. You get an upgrade kit every other grand prize starting at the first grand prize, and you can get 2 selection kits if you complete the calendar. So for the minimum effort, if you have the event surprise box, you should be able to get the wheel fully leveled by only doing the minigame, without any tablets or the calendar. Now you need to complete 11 grand prizes to get the 6 missing upgrade kits if you complete all the quests. Now completing all the quests will give you 4,210 scrolls, which means you need to get 1 grand prize every 380 scrolls. Now when I played on beta, I used around 420 scrolls per grand prize, however I went for vases, gems, tablets and idols. For a minimum effort approach, you only need to focus on idols, so if you only go for them, you can definitely get that lower. For example, in the Halloween event, I spent around 380 event currency per grand prize only going for vases and idols. So, if you focus on idols, you should definitely be able to get close to 380 scrolls per grand prize. And even if you don't manage that, even at 420 scrolls per grand prize, you only need an additional 400 scrolls, which you can get from incidents or tablets or both. And I think that should be quite easy to get. So for a minimum effort approach, I recommend trying to optimize for idols. But if you're not confident you're able to do that, you can easily get the Ferris Wheel fully leveled by also doing either the tablets or the calendar. If you don't have the event surprise box, I recommend you go for the calendar anyways, because you probably do need it. So with that, let me move on to how to get the maximum amount of Ferris Wheel upgrade kits for free. So first we have incidents. Now I didn't track how many I got on beta, but I felt that I got a bit less than previous events. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but let's say around 500-600 scrolls, or a bit over 1 additional grand prize. Next we have the tablets, which are the same as we had last year and the same as the dolls from the Halloween event. There are 8 different tablets, each with a 5 quest mini quest line. Now each tablet gives 20 scrolls and a special reward, and if you're able to complete a full set of tablets, you get a special prize which includes 30 brushes, 10 shovels and 10 dynamite. And you get this prize for each full set, not just the first one. Now sadly, which tablets you get will depend on luck, so it's not guaranteed that you will be able to complete a full set. On beta, I was able to complete 1 set and had 7 out of 8 of the second set. Now I do believe most people should be able to complete 1 set, but again, it's not guaranteed, and there were people on the beta forum that said that they didn't complete a full set. And that's a shame, because the rewards you get here are very valuable. The tools you get from a full set are worth around 570 scrolls, and for each full set you also get 160 scrolls from the tablets themselves. So on beta I spent around 200 scrolls per tablet, which means you should be able to get at least 20 tablets from the event, but with the additional resources you get from incidents and tablets themselves, I would say that 25 to 30 tablets is probably more realistic. So assuming 30 tablets, that's an additional 600 scrolls from the tablet quests. Now if you get 1 full set of tablets as well, that's another 570 scrolls for around 1200 additional scrolls. That's just below 3 additional grand prizes, but let's call it 3 grand prizes with the spare scrolls from incidents. So that is 4 additional grand prizes compared to the minimum effort approach. So for free, with 1 tablet set, you should be able to complete 14 grand prizes, which will give you a total of 12 Ferris Wheel levels. Now if you don't get a full tablet set, you will probably still be able to get 13 grand prizes, which means you will still have 12 Ferris Wheel levels. Now, if you're able to complete 2 full tablet sets, you should be able to get the grand prize number 15, which means you'll get 1 more Ferris Wheel for 13 total. And then finally, you can also get 2 additional selection kits from the calendar for a total of up to 15 Ferris Wheel levels for free. The calendar follows the same principle as the winter event calendar, but don't worry, there are a lot of improvements to make it better. In fact, I would actually recommend going for it, which I'd be quite surprised to hear me say. So how does the calendar work? Well, every now and then you will find a gem in the sand. The first gem of the day will unlock the daily reward, with each subsequent gem on that day giving you a shard instead. If you miss a day, you can use 5 gem shards to open that slot. You'll see the rewards from beta on the screen now, but I don't know if these are the same or if they'll be in the same order on live. But in any case, the daily rewards aren't the main reason to go for the calendar. If you are able to complete all the 21 days, you will also get the main reward, which gives you 2 Ferris Wheel selection kits, 200 forge points, 100 goods, and a portrait. So, how easy is it to get the calendar? Well, it's actually not bad, and you can actually get it without sacrificing a lot of daily specials. So, on beta, I was able to pick up 37 gems from the minigame. You can probably easily pick up 40 plus, but let's say 35 for now. You can also get a gem shard per day from the daily challenge, up to 22, but let's say 20 or 4 full gems. So, I would recommend that you pick up a daily gem 13 or 14 days, with the remaining 7 or 8 gems crafted from gem shards you pick up. So if you get a daily gem 13 days, that means you'll get around 20 additional gem shards from the minigame. Add in 20 from the daily challenges and you have a total of 8 full gems. So 8 plus 13 is 21, so there you have all the days covered. So, does that mean you have to spread your tools over 13 different days? Well, not really. In reality, it's closer to 6 to 8 days actually. So on the beta server, the daily gem reset at midnight server time. However, the daily special reset at the time of the event start. So, that means that for each daily special, you're actually able to pick up gems for 2 or even 3 days. Picture this, you can pick up 1 gem during the first day of this daily special, but then after midnight you can go again, still working on the same daily special, but on a different calendar day. And actually, after you've found the second gem, you can continue until you find the third gem, and then leave it there untouched until the next day. Now, in addition to all of this, each day you'll also be able to refresh the daily special once. This means that each day you have 2 chances of getting a reward you actually want. So, if we combine all of these things together, instead of having to spend tools every day to complete the calendar, you can actually do it only spending tools across 6 to 8 days, and because of the daily special reset, you probably don't even have to spread it across that many different daily specials. You are probably able to spend all your tools on only 4 to 6 different daily specials and still go for the calendar. So I would suggest that you pick a handful of daily specials where you spend until you have found 2 or 3 gems spread across 2 or 3 days. And then you pick out 1 or perhaps 2 daily specials where you spend some additional extra tools, pick up some gem shards as well, in order to get more of that daily special. Now for me on the beta server, for example, I managed to pick up 10 daily specials. 5 of these were sentinels. I spent most of my tools on sentinel days. And then the other 5 rewards were spread across a few other different daily specials. So, all these things taken together, and the fact that this is quite a poor event to go for daily specials, I would recommend that you actually go for the calendar for those 2 additional Ferris Wheel selection kits. Either in combination with diamonds to get a second wheel this event, or to save them for next year's event. And speaking of diamonds, let's quickly have a look at how much you need to spend to get a second Ferris Wheel. Let's assume you have completed the calendar and 1 full tablet set, for a total of 14 grand prizes and 14 levels. To get a second Ferris Wheel, you then need another 6 levels or 11 grand prizes. Now, assuming 410 scrolls per grand prize, which I think is a conservative estimate, you need an additional 4,500 scrolls or 18,000 diamonds. Now, that's actually quite a conservative estimate if you also complete tablets. For each tablet set you complete, you get roughly 3,000 diamonds worth of tools. So with an additional 4,500 tools, you will probably be able to pick up at least 20 tablets, which should knock down the price to 16,000 diamonds at least, but probably more realistically down to around 12 to 13,000 diamonds, as you will most likely get a second full tablet set with all those tablets. And if you are really lucky and get a third set, I wouldn't be surprised if you could get a second full wheel for below 10,000 diamonds. Now, if you don't go for the calendar, you will probably have to spend an additional 6,000 diamonds. And if you don't go for tablets, you will probably have to spend an additional 6,000 diamonds above the 18,000 original price. So in total, probably around 30,000 diamonds if you only play the minigame and don't use the tablets or the calendar. So if you're going for a second Ferris wheel, definitely go for the calendar. So with that, I think I've covered all that needs to be covered. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. And if you found this helpful, please leave a like and a comment as well. It really helps me out. So thank you all very much for watching. Good luck with the event, and I'll see you in the future.